Physics in Necrotic World, episode 49, Staying Cool for Summer. For the summer. Staying cool for the summer. Oh, it's been a week since I've done this. Hang on. How do I normally do this? Oh yeah, I start with a season. Season 3. Work done? Season 3 work done? Season 3 work done. Season 3 work done. Episode 49, Staying Cool for the Summer, Physics in Necrotic World. Welcome, strangers. Your drink absorbs more energy than it emits on a sunny day. The temperature increases and you get like a warm juice. I don't know if you like that, but that's what you get, right? Energy absorption rate remains constant, whereas the energy emission rate increases drastically. Well, that's an over-exaggeration, but it still increases quite a bit with the overheating. When the temperature settles, then this constant temperature means that the drink has reached thermal equilibrium, where energy absorption rate and energy emission rate is equal. So what a lovely balance, eh? I mean, this is nice. I kind of wish it was summer. I'd happily let a whole ton of warm juice, like just warm in the sunshine, if that's what it took to turn the season around to summer now. I mean, without global warming being the factor driving this change, obviously. That's not very good at all. Frames of the unknown always have value. Call it ether or cosmological constant or space-time fabric or dark matter or whatever. The medium, the fabric of space-time, the very framework of chaotic systems, all has value. It's just a primal idea, primal as in ancient, everyone innately has this idea that modern cool science hated because it seemed outdated and no longer valuable. See my ironic speech marks? I mean, you can't, but ironic speech marks. So this became associated with the mystics and the supernatural and whatever nonsense. I mean, not nonsense necessarily, but the pseudoscience, also in my ironic brackets, speech marks. Because who's to say what's pseudoscience? Who's to say what's evidence? Anyways, I'm here not to give credit to past concepts, but to make my own. I mean, obviously, I give credit to concepts that I believe matter. But at the same time, all concepts matter. It's just you have to allow it to matter. That's it, right? The framework of the unknown. Because this setup, works, right? A circle, for example, is a closed neutral. So the most accurate representation of a system that I can think of. So, ether was the old way to perceive the idea of having a grid, a medium, a fabric. Now, my way is setting up a system like every other system using the 4-pass framework that you can look at on GeoGebra. I mean, assuming it's still up. I mean, it should be up. GeoGebra as in, the mathematical modelling website. Yeah, I do mathematical philosophy. Anyways, back to what I was saying. So, all's chaotic. So every system has a unique ID, like a fingerprint. So like that, systems can be better understood. So this is all about perception. The way we frame the unknown to understand it always is valuable. There's no path that has no value. It can have multiple paths open. These paths can coexist. Although not very likely, they really can. Just because normally the path to the node of life, for example, is blocked, the path to the node of death is open and vice versa is true normally, right? I mean, debatable some stories, some beliefs, are debatable. I mean, all beliefs are debatable. I'm getting tongue-tied. Okay, let me continue. It doesn't mean that every system has this level of perceived normality. Perceived! Ironic brackets! Speech marks, not brackets. Just because something isn't visible as impossible to you doesn't mean that it doesn't have to be. Doesn't mean that it can't be. Lost things are meant to be found someday again. Honestly, at the heart, there's honesty, right? The conscience of systems should be explored, because all is perception. And it really does leave a positive or negative dent. Positive and negative, all debatable, all subjective in the system, depending on the involved connections between the nodes. The systems are alive and chaotic, and they have their own rules. And a fingerprint that assures you, yep, that's the right one. That's the one I'm talking about. But that doesn't mean the space between the nodes is empty. It means it's throbbing with possibilities. More so than we can ever imagine. I feel like you guys missed the cryo pun in the staying cool for the summer thing. It's all cool. No worries. Coolio, yeah. See you next time at Physics in Necrotic World. This is your host, Rimona Christian, R out.